Yeah, good morning, Lakshmi, good morning. Very less members joined. Yeah, today is only 10 members is only. Okay, we will start the field of holiday. Okay, our next topic is hemoglobin. Hemoglobin structure and the function of hemoglobin. How to it carries this particular iron, ferrous iron. The ferrous iron Fe plus 2 is bond and binds with how many nitrogens and all this. The oxygen pressure level accordingly, the availability of oxygen level based on the hemoglobin carries the oxygen. Majorly tissues, it supplies the tissues and function. The all nervous systems also. Yeah. And at the same time, same hemoglobin is collects the waste. Once it's filtered, it's free from oxygen. The rest of carbon dioxide is also the carries and releases through. It's totally exchange particular oxygen and carbon dioxide in the lungs only. So we know well about that. So the level of oxygen levels decreases, then the respiratory system is damaged. Nowadays, this is the disease of the spreaded one, epidemic. In these pandemic situations, so many people, it affects the 90%, 80% of the lungs damage. It's choked. It's not at once it carries the oxygen, the inhaled oxygen is not at exchange in the lungs. The lung walls, the lung contains there's a small pore tissues is not at open. These are all the choked. so it's have nothing to exchange. Even though the pure oxygen it may send directly pass into the lungs, not at all its exchange. The next circulatory system is damaged. Circulatory system contains of the blood. The blood contains of the heme. Heme is a protein. So globin is iron. Hemoglobin. This protein part it carries, is binds with high pressure or low pressure. So even the pure oxygen is passed to this COVID patient, but it's just only in the pass and reach to up to lungs only. In the lungs, the natural exchanging, the biological exchanging that all takes place. Why? Because the damaging that particular the part is nothing but the lung is damaged. Is in 50% or whatever the percent of living. Once the lungs are damaged, lungs are choked, lungs which totally deformed as a scum-like this entire the virus. So that is the reason why everyone is must and should wear the mask. Why? Because it's the first heated one. This particular virus is directly enter inside. Yeah. So the mask is compulsory. That is the reason why. This particular characteristic of this virus, it chokes, the chokes and exchanging of this the vital element of oxygen. The vital element of oxygen is not at all passing inside. It's not at all exchange. So that is the reason why people are used to death. Yeah. You see, we have this is the structure of the hemoglobin, the red blood cells, white blood cells, red blood cells, white blood cells. The red blood cells is gives the energy, and white blood cells it protects the body, just like it's antibiotics, like it's antibodies gives the energy to the body. The metabolic activities is goes through this red blood cell containing of 2 alpha and 2 beta chains. 2 alpha and 2 beta chains. And here it is the iron Fe+2 form. This all helical shapes of the polypeptide the molecules. These are all polypeptide molecules. And heme group is also joint. What we are hemoglobin and structure and function, and the derivatives and the synthesis of hemoglobin. Of course, anemia types and all these are not required. Some examples and treatments. Next, this is for hemoglobin. Containing the hemoglobin. This is the biggest one. The carbon 700 carbon 1130 1130 hydrogens, 245 oxygens, 240 nitrogens, 2 sulfurs, 4 irons, ferrous irons, Fe plus 2. These are all are containing this. The blood cells consists of this. Every blood cell carries this particular